You really gotta have the tiny pieces and save the stuffed crust for last. The stuffed crust is the best part.
Yeah, I just wish I had psychic powers like Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho? Man,
How was that pizza, by the way?
I had to use up all my brain power just to get us here. I almost destroyed the universe with that last of my power on the pizza.
That's awesome.
Thankfully, the stuffed crust got me through, and we pushed through to the other end, and now well, at least with all this pizza and gooey grease in our stomachs, we've been able to review or at least watch an amazing show. Season 1, at least.
We watched Mob Psycho 100, and there's 12 episodes in season 1, and it's an anime. The plot summary is basically that Mob is a young high school boy or middle school. I don't remember. Middle school. He's a middle schooler.
Yes.
And it doesn't really matter. But he.
It's the show from the guy who made One Punch Man.
Yes.
Which looks like he's basically me.
Oh, okay. Because you're bald.
Yeah.
Okay. Mob Psycho 100 is about Mob, who's a middle schooler who has psychic powers, and he is under the training of his master, Reagan.
Tutelage, yes.
Reagan, who's a
great character.
Reagan Ortega!
Who's a
con artist.
A con artist who runs a mystic shop, who helps people exorcise their demons. He has no powers at all of his own, so God helps him out.
And he loves to help exorcise.
Yes, specifically in the English dub they say exorcise. They very much. We watched the English dub together, and they have to emphasize the fact that it's not exercise, because that's something different. They exorcise demons.
That's why you and I are going to exorcise it.
It's kind of like half a gag show, half a battle show.
Yeah, this is the second show from the guy. One is his name, right?
One is the webcomic / manga artist who wrote both of these shows.
This one has a bit more levity to it, I think, than One Punch Man does. Even though One Punch Man
starts off more.
Stuff, but
One Punch Man starts off more as a gag thing and then turns into more of a battle thing. This one kind of stays as a mixture throughout.
Yeah. It always has fantastic visuals. This show, compared to One Punch Man, like that other show, One Punch Man has great, insane visuals. They really did a great job translating. Both shows do an amazing job translating these old.
Yes.
His one has a very unique style that we'll put here. A great style, but the way that they're able to translate that and go from very traditional and very anatomically correct and anatomically for anime correct drawings translated back and forth to his more simplified cartoony visions and stuff it's done very masterfully in both. But what I really like in Mob Psycho 100 is how they're able to play around with different colored lines and the mediums. I'm pretty sure they use a chalk eraser or something to do
yeah, there are some shots that look very unique and strange, and the animation is really high quality throughout the whole thing. And
it lends itself to the
One Punch Man
powers
also
aspect.
season 1 at least has the One Punch Man season 1 at least has great animation too, but it's very straightforward and its technicality. The Mob Psycho plays a little bit more with its stylisticness. I think.
Definitely agree.
When it's spending, like we said, when it's portraying the psychic powers and portraying emotions and different things of the characters.
Yeah, they really they bring it out, and you see the roughness of lines and the characters. They for the emotion especially, they really invoke that in you. Throughout.
Yeah, and we have a good cast of characters. We don't have to. We'll go through the plot a little bit, but it's basically starts off with Mob and Reagan, and there's an episode or two where they hunt down spirits just to introduce the plot premise.
Show them and their relationship, and how he's just the pupil to him, even though he doesn't have any powers, and he just goes along doing whatever Reagan says.
Yeah,
just always under his.
Well, they keep it kind of coy that whether Mob believes Reagan or not that he has powers.
Yeah, because he's always so blank faced. He's just like, yes, I'll go along with you, master.
Yeah, like people, they're like, oh, I sense nothing from him, and he's like, oh, well, my power is so great,
Yeah,
I can mask it.
The way that he escapes situations throughout the whole, like, I mean, I've only seen season 1, and you've read, and I think
I've read the whole thing, and I've seen season 2 and season 3 coming out too.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that very much so. But I've watched this one 3 times, season 1.
Okay,
I watched it originally as just the
in Japanese.
in Japanese, and then I watched, I guess, 2 times now as the dub. But Reagan, I feel like some animes lend themselves, I feel like, sometimes to their voices.
Yes.
I can't. Now it's been too long since I watched it the first time, but I feel like I liked Reagan as a...
In Japanese better.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, it was just more convenient to watch it in English this time, but I've seen it in Japanese as well, and I think the voices are better in the original.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of the times the case, but...
Yeah.
For sure with this one. There's some that I would disagree. Like Space Dandy, I love the American, not American,
English,
but the English Space Dandy. That's I think that voice is greatly improved. But I mean, it doesn't really affect me too much, even though I watched it originally in Japanese. But it's just the characters and their pacing, and the beats and the jokes and the tone throughout, like with the characters, is pretty great. And like they have, like, they're able to deliver consistently throughout, and all the gags and everything, like...
Yeah, for sure. It's very funny.
it really, I'm laughing through a lot of it.
Yeah, it's funny, but like when it gets hyped and when the action gets started, it does a good job with that too. Yeah. So you kind of have the best of both worlds with this show. So it's very good.
It really is. It's up there because it has, like we've been saying, that infusion where it's like the style's getting infused, and the comedy and the action and everything's like, it equals out to like this perfect like blend. And the music is amazing. Like the opening, like
the OP.
The opening OP, is that what they call it?
Yeah, they call it an OP.
See, I don't know the terms.
And then the ending they call an ED.
Oh, an ED.
Because like ending.
An ending discography.
No, they don't. I don't know what
What's the D stand for?
I don't know.
Ending disco music. But anyway, the tracks are amazing, and this is probably one of my favorite, because anime is known for having like these extravagant, like big openings and stuff.
Yes. I mean, they usually spend a lot of time and effort on those.
This one
to make it, because you see it every episode.
Yeah, well, for sure. And I mean, like a lot of shows though don't necessarily do that. But
what do you mean though?
There's some that I would argue don't have much going on.
Like what?
The Jimmy Fallon Tonight.
What the hell? The Tonight Show?
I don't know. You put me on the spot, so I'm thinking
I don't even
of like
know that one.
Okay, well,
can you describe what it goes?
The Jimmy
like?
Fallon Show. We'll put up a little visual if this gets included or it gets cut. But
no, it won't be included.
Okay, well, comparing Mob Psycho 100 to the Jimmy Fallon Show. The opening of Mob Psycho 100 is awesome because there's a lot of epic music and it sounds good. And and as juxtaposed to the Jimmy Fallon show, he's looking at like popcorn on like the Times Square streets, and he's like and it's like, there's no audio, but it's like, and it's like, and it's like Jimmy Fallon's like picking out popcorn, and he's like walking up to like Rockefeller, and he's like, that's the building I work at.
Oh, okay.
And then it just like shows him, and he's inside the building, and the Roots, the band, are like sitting there, and he's like, hey, right. And that's like the whole intro, and then it shows the moon,
and it sucks. You're saying, compared to Mob Psycho.
Compared to Mob Psycho, yeah. Guys. I mean, feel free to tear me apart in the comments otherwise, but I will take a stance right here, right now, and say that Mob Psycho 100's theme song and Jimmy Fallon's theme song, that's about where they fall.
Yeah, okay.
That's where I'm concerned, at least.
Okay, I'll make a note of that.
But it's an amazing soundtrack throughout. It's really great. Even when they have like the... like Reagan has like a certain theme when he's like getting one over on someone. It always has like
the different
beats to it are
stuff,
perfect, and it really like lends itself to that comedic overtone that you see throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, it's a good translation from the manga art to being in motion, and the visuals are great. You like the audio. The audio is good. But so I don't know. There's not too much to say about it other than we both like it.
We
We're
both
looking forward
like
to
it.
watching season 2 together. There's plenty of good characters. There's Mob. There's Reagan. We didn't even mention Dimple.
Oh, Dimple is a great little designed ghost. I'm a big sucker for a great like
Little mascot character.
a little mascot character. Yeah, because he doesn't. Yeah, that's all he essentially is. He's just like a ghost.
He
that floats
starts off
around
as a
Mob.
powerful evil spirit, but Mob beats him, so he follows him around as this little sidekick, basically. Who so he's still kind of evil, but like doesn't have the power to do anything. So he just follows Mob around.
He does.
He helps out a little bit. near
He
the
helps
end.
out in small ways throughout, and like we were saying before we filmed, like the show, it introduces all the characters, and it does a really good job of like really getting you into the feel of it. They show Mob's like his whole thing about he doesn't want to like get into like violence.
Yeah.
Pretty early on, like maybe mid season.
Yeah, because Reagan taught him to not use his powers against other humans.
And
So he's a pacifist at heart.
Right.
Which is, it's very different from a typical battle show in that way that the hero's mostly a pacifist against other humans. He's not like he's kind of already the strongest, so he's not focused on becoming the strongest.
Yeah, it's a different way of doing the one punch.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, he's not like infinitely strong like Saitama is in One Punch Man, but he's basically the strongest already.
Yeah, there's maybe like 4 or 5 like big espers are what they're called, like that he battles.
The psychic users.
The psychics
are called
yeah.
espers, yeah.
And one of them is, I guess, well, you probably know, but I don't, is implied that is going to be a bigger Esper in the future that he fights.
Oh yeah, the big bad.
Big bad.
I don't remember the character's name. We'll get into it when we get to season 2 because he's not relevant in season 1.
Yeah.
But he's the leader of Claw, who's the evil organization of Espers, who they fight at the end of this season, and they fight the 7th division of Claw,
Which is like their...
So they go into this compound.
Is that actually their 7th biggest division, or is that like the top, but it's just called the 7th division?
It's just their 7th biggest, I guess.
Okay, so there's 6 more that they fight at least.
No.
Oh.
I mean, just to spoil it, they don't go through 6 other
Damn.
compounds and fight people. That would take forever.
Whenever I hear
It's not like Bobobo where they go to A block and B block and Z block.
I love when animes have that. I think of that, and I think of like things that even parody it, like the old like Girl Chan and Paradise things.
Oh, sure.
Where they just have like all the bad guys, and they're just like... And they just like draw over their faces.
Well, because usually what happens is when the manga's being made, the artist writes, okay, there's going to be an organization of 100 bad guys, and then they realize, wait, we can't show 100 fights. That would take forever and be boring.
Well, One Piece has somehow managed to do that.
Well, not literally, but there's quite a lot of.
I feel like they add. They're like, okay, here's the end and the beginning, and then the creator's just like, well, let's throw in like 50 more guys right here.
It's too big to end, Chris.
100 more guys right there. Oh no, One Piece will never end, but Mob Psycho will. And
well, yes, the manga's over.
My goodness, will you love watching the show?
Yes, season 3 is going to be the last season, so tune in for that. I think it comes out in October.
Ooh. So that's coming up soon. We'll probably like we'll
do season
wrap
2.
It up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. We'll do.
No, I mean like follow the wrap up of it.
Oh yeah, we'll watch season 2 and we'll do a video on that, and we'll watch season 3 and we'll do a video on that when that comes out. So look forward to that.
So I guess overall, what would you? I mean, you've read and watched more anime than I have.
Yes,
but
sure.
As far as like your personal tastes when it comes to something like this, where it's both comedy, but it's kind of like if we're talking about it as an overall show, like it's really captivating, and though it does maybe like. You mentioned it has like a lull in the middle.
Yeah, there's a little arc where Ritsu, Mob's brother, is like dealing with the student council and being lured into a bad spots, and he gets psychic powers, and it's kind of
it's necessary, but you have to ride it out to get to the really great ending.
Sure.
And it's sprinkled throughout those episodes with like great flashback scenes and clips of Reagan and Mob doing stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not all just the brother, but. Aside from that low note, I mean, it's a small low note, and overall, like the series is such a.
It's only 12 episodes, so it's not like a huge commitment. So
a really easy watch.
Fine.
Yeah, you can go through it pretty fast, and it's all like really worth watching because even like we were saying, like it does have like those low notes, but when it does, it's still consistently, at least for both of us, like hitting it. I think just like joke per minute. It's pretty like consistent, or something visually is always happening that is like really captivating. And they're always like pushing boundaries where I feel like they don't even need to.
Yeah, it's definitely pushed, especially the animation, and which it gets, I think, even better in season 2, which we'll
Ooh,
see.
okay.
But like the production of this goes above and beyond what was necessary, and I think that's what's gonna keep it. Like, because when season 2 came out, people were super hyped. So I think season 3 is gonna really be great too. And I think just like I said, the production went above and beyond for what this is, because we'll show some of the art from the manga. It's very not like the greatest stuff ever. It's pretty good for like compared to like if you look at the One Punch Man webcomic, that art is terrible.
Yeah.
Like the but like the Mob Psycho
it's endearing.
Artist, yes, it's endearing. It's not bad, but it's like it's not great.
Right. It's
So the fact that they pushed the animation with the art style of what the manga looked like,
and what they're able to combine
pushed
it
it
with.
to the limits. So it's really good. Definitely a recommend from me.
Big recommend. Yeah, I mean, of all like the shows that I have watched that are anime, that's what I was trying to build to. Is just like this has remained since I had watched it when it originally premiered, like probably way up there amongst like my favorites.
Sure. Yeah.
Consistently as I've revisited it, and that's only revisiting season 1. So very much looking forward to seeing season 2, and we will let you know. Hopefully, it's even better than season 1.
Yeah. And until then, this is
The Show.
2.0.